Hello everyone, this is Niharika from Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. I am here with a new video on basic principles of ANOVA. Let us study Introduction to ANOVA. ANOVA stands for Analysis of Variance. It is the statistical method used to compare means between two or more groups. ANOVA determines if there are any significant differences among the group means. Let us study what is analysis of variance. Analysis of variance means ANOVA is an analysis tool used to statistics that splits an observed aggregate variability found inside a data set into two parts. Systematic factors and the random factors. The systematic factors have a statistical influence on the given data set, while the random factors does not. Analysis use the ANOVA test to determine the influence that independent variables has on the dependent variable in an regression study. Let us see the formula for ANOVA. F is equal to MST divided by MSE, where F is equal to ANOVA coefficient, MST is mean sum of squares due to treatment, MSE is mean sum of squares due to error. Does ANOVA rely on any assumptions? Yes. ANOVA tests assumptions that the data is normally distributed and that the levels of variance in each group is roughly equal. Finally, it assumes that all observations are made independently. If these assumptions are not accurate, ANOVA may not be useful for comparing groups. So next slide we will learn about the assumptions of ANOVA. Assumptions of ANOVA. The observations within each group are independent of each other. The populations from which the groups are sampled are normally distributed. The variance within each group are equal. Let us move on to null and alternative hypothesis. The null hypothesis in ANOVA stands that there are no significant differences among the group means. The alternative hypothesis states that at least one group mean in the significantly different from the others. ANOVA helps us determine if there is enough evidence to reject the null hypothesis. Let us move on to variance components. ANOVA breaks down the total variance in the data into two components, that is between group variance and within group variance. Between group variance measures the differences among the group, and the within group variance measures the variability within each group. Let us see F statistic. The F statistic is the test statistic used in ANOVA. It compares between group variance and the within group variance. If the F statistics is larger enough, it indicates that the group means are significantly different. Let us see degree of freedom. Degree of freedom represents the number of values that are free to vary in the statistical analysis. In ANOVA, there are two types of degree of freedom, between group and within group. The degree of freedoms are used to calculate the F statistic. Calculating the F statistic. The F statistic is calculated by dividing the between group variance by the within group variance. The resulting value is compared to the F distribution to determine its significance. A larger F value indicates a greater likelihood of significant differences among the group means. Let us see what is ANOVA table. The ANOVA table summarizes the calculations and results of the ANOVA analysis. It includes the number of squares, degree of freedoms, mean squares, and F value. The ANOVA table helps to interrupt the results and make conclusion about the group means. Let us see interrupting ANOVA result. If the calculated F value is greater than the critical value, there is enough evidence to reject the null hypothesis. This means that there are significant differences among the group means. Further analysis, such as post hoc tests, may be performed to determine which groups differ significantly. There are two types of ANOVA, one-way ANOVA and two-way ANOVA. One-way ANOVA compares the means of three or more independent groups to determine if there is a statistical significant difference between the corresponding population means. A two-way ANOVA is used to determine whether or not there is a statistically significant difference between the means of three or more independent groups that have been split on two variables, that is sometimes called factors. Let us move on to conclusion part. ANOVA is powerful statistical tool for comparing means between the multiple groups. It helps to identify the significant differences among the group means. Understanding the basic principles of ANOVA is essential for conducting any interrupting statistical analysis. So thank you for watching my video.